Oh friends, I want to speak to you about a teacher that rarely announces itself and is almost never welcomed. Pain does not arrive with credentials. It does not explain its lesson in advance. It enters abruptly, disrupts comfort, and leaves you questioning meaning itself. And yet, pain teaches where ease cannot. It presses against the places where truth has not yet settled. This is why pain, though feared, often becomes the most faithful instructor on the path. I have seen people learn nothing from pleasure and everything from loss. Comfort reassures. Pain interrogates. It asks questions that cannot be avoided. When pain appears, distractions lose their power. Explanations grow thin. What matters and what does not are separated quickly. This clarity feels harsh, but it is precise. Pain does not waste time on illusions. O seekers, pain becomes a teacher only when it is listened to, rather than resisted blindly. Resistance turns pain into suffering without meaning. Listening turns pain into instruction. The difference is subtle but decisive. Pain asks, what is attached here? What is being protected? What is no longer aligned? These questions do not arise in comfort, because comfort allows postponement. I learned this when pain dismantled an identity I had carefully built. I believed I knew who I was. Pain entered and proved otherwise. It removed roles, expectations, and assurances one by one. At first, I called this cruelty. Later, I recognized precision. Pain did not take what was essential. It exposed what was assumed. And what was assumed could finally be released. Oh friends, pain teaches honesty. It strips away language that hides. It reveals where faith was conditional, where patience was performative, where love depended on ease. In pain, the heart cannot pretend. What remains is what has always been there, waiting to be seen. This seeing is uncomfortable because it is intimate. You cannot distance yourself from pain with theory. O seekers, there is a danger in glorifying pain. Pain is not holy by itself. It does not automatically enlighten. Pain that is not attended to becomes bitterness. Pain that is ignored becomes hardness. Pain that is listened to becomes guidance. The teacher is not pain itself, but the awareness it demands. I have watched people rush to numb pain rather than learn from it. They distract, explain, blame, or escape. This is understandable. Pain feels like a threat. But when pain is silenced prematurely, its lesson remains unfinished. It returns in another form, often sharper. Pain insists because it cares about alignment more than comfort. O beloved ones, pain often teaches patience. It slows you down when rushing has caused damage. It forces you to rest when endurance has become self-harm. It asks you to remain with what you would rather avoid. In doing so, it cultivates a deeper strength, one that does not rely on control, but on presence. Pain also teaches compassion. When your own vulnerability is exposed, judgment loses its certainty. You recognize fragility in others. You listen differently. You speak more gently. This softening is not a weakness. It is maturity. Pain that is received honestly widens the heart. Pain that is resisted narrows it. Oh friends, the hidden teacher does not remain forever. Pain is a visitor, not a home. It stays only as long as the lesson is unattended. When you listen, adjust, and release what no longer serves, pain loosens its grip. It has accomplished its task. What remains is insight, carried quietly into life. Ask yourselves what pain is asking of you, not how quickly it can be removed. Ask what truth is being revealed beneath the ache. These questions do not prolong pain, they transform it. Pain heard is pain that teaches. Pain ignored is pain that repeats. O seekers, do not seek pain, but do not waste it when it comes. Treat it with respect, not reverence. Let it speak, but do not let it rule. When pain has taught you what it came to teach, thank it silently and let it go. Pain as a hidden teacher does not offer comfort. It offers clarity. And clarity, once received, becomes a quiet strength. You walk forward changed, not because pain broke you, but because you allowed it to show you where truth was waiting to be lived. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episodes.